Yo, so in the main event at Baku, we had former light heavyweight champion Jamal Hill against former title challenger Khalil Rountree Jr. Now, there was, boy, so much on this one, right? When you think about it, sorry, people, because, Jamal Hill, former champion, right? Former light heavyweight champion, came via the Contender Series, and he went on that tear. Oh man, it was very impressive. After losing to Paul Craig, he knocked out Jimmy Crute, Johnny Walker, Thiago Santos, right? And then won the belt against Glover Teixeira in a fight he wasn't even meant to have, right? That one came about because of the Jan Blachowicz, Magdaman Ankalaev fight ending in a draw and being kind of lackluster, So then they get the call and they get the fight, right? So that was like, boom. But he got injured, couldn't defend the belt. He relinquished it, but then got to fight Pereira, to try and reclaim the belt. And I think that was UFC 300, right? And didn't work. Didn't work out. He lost that fight. And then he lost the fight to Yuri Prochazka earlier this year. So now he's looking to get back on track against Rountree. And Rountree, man, just being impressive himself. Definitely, he started things kind of up and down. But after losing to Marcin Prachnio, he went to Thailand and he just kind of reinvented himself. And he came back with fantastic wins, right? That got him a crack at Alex Pereira. Now, that didn't go well, but he put on a valiant performance. So coming into this fight, right, they both had that Alex experience. So who was going to prevail? Now, Jamal was talking like he is levels above Rountree. But, I think the thing always was, after the fight that Hill had with Yuri Prochazka, there was some, there was things about that fight and Hill's IQ. The decisions he made in the fight weren't always the best, right? So you were just thinking like, how will that affect this fight? Because Khalil is very centered nowadays, right? Very focused, which we did see against Pereira. And so, I thought Rountree Jr. was probably going to win this fight, right? Just because of the way he doesn't put himself out of position. He's very much online, you feel me? And, that's kind of how this fight went, right? And also, with the Muay Thai background, right? The kickboxing background Rountree has, his leg kicks or something. And at the, this fight started, they exchanged leg kicks, right? Hill threw a few extra leg kicks at the start. But then Rountree threw a leg kick. And you're like, oh, right? The difference in their leg kicks was crazy. Crazy. And Hill didn't. I really don't understand the whole leg kick thing, right? Because it's been a thing for a few years now. It's not new. And so everyone has seen how devastating it can be, how much it can fuck you up after just a few shots. After just a few shots, right? But we still see fighters not even think about blocking them. No, and the block isn't even crazy. Just turn your fucking leg. Right? So he'll hit the leg kicks. And what Rountree did that was really good, he mixed up the attacks on the legs, right? To the calf, the ankle, the thigh, inside, outside. So whatever you did, you were getting fucked up. You know? And you could notice not that long in that, Jamal's legs were hurting. They were hurting him. And those leg kicks then opened things up for Rountree, right? He attacking the body, some good body kicks, head kicks. And it was in the third round, he hit a leg kick and then he hit a hook. And it put Hill down. Now, Hill got right back up. But you could see how Rowntree's attacks had opened up the opportunity. Right? And then at the end of the round, he, I think it was a similar combination, puts Hill down again. Right? Now, Hill, he's landing his jabs sometimes and stuff, but it was very much just one punch, no combinations. Right? And as Rountree got into the flow of things, he's putting together some combinations. Now, they weren't as long as Nicholas Motor, right? And Nazim Sadikov. Hey, no one was throwing combos as long as those motherfuckers. But yeah, he did put together a few combos, and you could see the effectiveness of them. But I think, look, the fight went the distance, right? And you do wonder, could Rountree Jr. have ended this fight? Possibly. But although, Hill went down, he wasn't rocked, right? He's not on Queer Street or anything like that. You know what I mean? Doing that shaky leg. There wasn't any of that. So to put yourself in that pocket, there is danger there, right? Because out of the two, Hill is probably the heavier puncher. When you break it down, when you look at past performances and everything like that. So I definitely understand the approach that, Rountree Jr. took. And in all of these fights, there are times when you do wonder, you think to yourself, he could throw a little more, right? And I think definitely in this one, there was definitely moments where you think, hey, string a few extra punches on that combo, throw a little bit more. But he did do what was needed. He did do what was smart, what was safe, And I think it was Hill, after the fight got to a point, he's the one that needed to push it because he's the one that was down. I don't even know what he's called. I think it was in the end of the fourth, right? Leading into the fifth, where I think I think Rountree won every round. right? I think he won those first 4 rounds. So for Hill's corner to say it's close, just throw a few more punch. Like the talk in the corner should have been, if you want this, you gotta jump in the fire, son. It's You have to knock him out. You have to knock him out. You have to submit him if you want to win this fight, because you were down 4. You cannot say it's close, because it was not close one bit. And I think that's the thing. Hill, big puncher. He's very good. But he needed to put together combinations. He needed to step inside the fire and really bring it to Rountree. But he couldn't. Now, some of that is definitely because of what Rountree was doing. So hats off to him. Now, Jamal Hill's not getting cut for being on a 3-fight losing streak. He does want to win though, right? And there is only a certain amount of losses you can, accrue before you do get cut. But he is a very good fighter. It's definitely a confidence thing, probably by this moment. But yeah, it's curious to see where that might go, right? Who they might put him up against. For Rountree Jr., very curious to see, how that goes, right? Where does he go now? Right? Is he close to another title shot? Does he have to have one more? What's going to happen? I don't know. But I think Rountree Jr. definitely has put himself in a good predicament for the next big outing. Yeah. Whew. I mean, it wasn't a bad fight. Right? I mean, a knockout, right? A finish is always good, especially when you're entering a new market. But, it was a decent one, people. And Khalil Rountree Jr. is victorious.